Hello, welcome to the video for this rather intriguing watch. This is a Pulsar and it's got two time clocks. I assume that what happens here is you set this one, which is an independent watch itself. It has its own screw back for battery replacements and its own crown. So I assume then you basically set this one up for a different time zone. So it's like a GMT but with a second head. Now it actually doesn't wear that bad, because if you look at the contour of this watch, it sort of contours really seriously around the wrist, and it sort of wears like a lug tip to lug tip of about 48mm. So I'll just pop it on my 16.75 centimeter wrist, and I wore this yesterday, and to be fair, bar for its weight, because it is heavy, it's got to be getting up above 150 grams. But it actually doesn't wear too bad. The clasp is nice, it's double pushers here for safety, and then this clips off, and the bracelet on this side is pretty good, but on the other side it's not so great. There's a few scuff marks. I'll go into the condition in a moment, but as you can see, you can get away with it. It feels fine. It's just that it's heavy, but it is balanced by that nice weighty bracelet. Going on to the bracelet, the size is relatively small and there's no spare links, so if you've got a big wrist you will need to pick up some spare links from somewhere for this, but it's quite a rare piece, so I don't quite know how available they're going to be. The strap itself, I don't believe you're going to find anything that fits it. It looks like it's proprietary to this particular watch, and it does have special bolt through pins here to hold it in place. It is well made. It's brushed on the top here and it's polished on the sides. That doesn't move. This is a tachograph. This is bezel is fixed. It's got these nice sort of riveted screw heads here. This is interesting as well. The Cyclops, the date magnifier, which works really well, is negative. It's not raised on the glass. It's actually on the underside of the glass, so that's a nice plus point, because they always get scuffed or you knock them off, but that's good. So the chronograph itself works nicely. You just press the top button A and the chronograph goes. Now it's a 7T92 movement, Google that if you want the details on it. So you just press start and stop and reset, and then start. I'll let it get to 5 seconds, and then if you press button B, and we'll just admire those hands and the other dials a moment, especially that second hand. If you keep your eye on that, it's a triangulated second hand, and if I press button B again, it advances on to the time that had elapsed. So we stop it and then reset it. So just going through the dials, it has an alarm set at 6 o'clock. It's quite interesting. The instructions are fully available on the internet. To set it just involves pulling the crown out and pressing buttons, and the hands move electronically as per the Seiko 7T92. So that triangulated seconds hand's pretty. We've got lume, we've got fairly unusual hands, and we've got a minute timer up there, and as I say, the date window is there in negative. But I'll just flip it off. I could wear this watch all day actually, even on my small wrist. It's just a great shame that the spare links are missing, and it is, as it stands, only going to be for a smaller wrist. But if you've got one of these and you've been keeping it as a shelf queen or special, because it is a Ford Rally Sport Pulsar event, so it was used in that promotion, I think 2005. I put a little picture up of it in the listing. And how are we doing on time? 4 minutes. So we've done, the crown isn't screwed down, none of these are screwed down. Water resistance, well, I wouldn't risk it too much. No screw down crown or anything like that, although the case is nicely sunken in the back, and you can easily do battery changes there, no problem. And that's about it really. I think it's a pleasing piece. The condition, we've got basically a scratched, some scratches and marks on the up at 12 o'clock side of the bracelet, and we've got a little bit of a chip or two at the very edge of the glass, all pretty minor stuff, and a few little marks on the tachymeter. But overall, from wrist to eye, it looks a real pleasant piece, and the crystal isn't too badly marked at all, but it is used. So there we are, interesting watch. Thanks for watching.